Sometimes we don't realize we are witnessing moments that will one day become precious memories. This footage captures Shifra Organization Medical Camp at Gatwendene Primary School in Murang'a County. Among the many families who came seeking support was a mother named Irene Nyambura, standing quietly holding her beloved son, Martin Irungu, who was just an 11-year-old boy, wishing and hoping all will be well. A mother carrying not just her child, joy, or love, but also her hopes, prayers, and dreams for his future. Looking at these images today, they feel different because what was once an ordinary day has now become a priceless memory. Martin Irungu, the child who held so closely in his mother's arms, had just passed away, and suddenly these memories became everything in their life. We arrived at Irene's home around midday. The air felt heavy and somber, not with sound, but filled with sorrow. Neighbors, friends, and fellow caregivers had gathered together to witness the grief and share it. Many of those who were present were caregivers of children with disability, people who understood how hard this journey was and how deeply it meant. The hospital visits, the sleepless nights, the constant worry, the small victories that meant everything to them, and the silent fears that never left. They came because they understood Irene's and Benson's pain. Even without her speaking a word, they knew every parent of a special child is precious. We gathered in fellowship, prayed, worshipped, and stood together in faith and silence. But beneath every prayer, there was grief, heaviness, reality, and unspoken emotion. Every song, every prayer, every mention of Martin opened a wound that was still fresh. And in that room, love and pain sat us side by side. The room was filled with people, but grief is personal, and even in a crowd, loss feels lonely. Yet no one was alone that day, because when one family suffers, a whole community feels it. And sometimes, the most powerful thing we can offer is not answers, but presence. To sit, to listen, to cry together, and to simply be there for one another. As a family at Shifra Organization, we sat with Irene and Benson. We listened to them, prayed, and cried with them.
Martin alizaliwa akiwa na yellow fever. Alikuwa na yellow fever. Sasa akaekwa kwa nursery mwezi mmoja na akatoka hiyo yellow fever. Sasa kutoka hiyo time mpaka saa hii hajawahi kutembea, hajawahi keti, hajawahi kujipea kitu, yani umfanyie kila kitu yake. Tulikuwa tunafanya hiyo kitu.
Unasikiaje?
Nimesikia vibaya ama nimesikia kama kukiwa mama na mtoto naona umeachwa kidogo, lakini tunaambia Mungu asante, ni hiyo miaka ametupea tukikuwa na yeye na mpaka saa hii amemchukua.
Support aje?
Tulikuwa tunamsupport, kumpeleka hospitali, kumpeleka kwa watu, kumsaidia kila kitu yake anataka. Tulikuwa tunamsaidia kila kitu. Kuwa na bwana yangu, tukienda hospitali tunaenda na yeye, tukienda wapi tunaenda na yeye, hatumwachi nyuma. Kwa kanisa hivyo tunaenda mpaka kwa hapa nyumbani, tunakuwa tunamtoa hapo nje, anakaa hapo ndio aone watu na watoto wao wakicheza, sister zake na brother yake. Wa kwanza. Sasa hii nasikia vibaya, lakini nitamwambia Mungu hivyo alipenda fanye kitendo yake.
Today, a community stood with them. They were surrounded by love, But tomorrow, a mother will face a goodbye no heart is ever prepared for. A father will release a child they will forever carry in memory. Family and friends will also gather at a grave to say farewell to a life who was deeply loved. I stood with Irene and Benson, and I wasn't looking at strangers. I was looking at two parents whose hearts had been changed forever. Two parents standing where no mother and father should ever have to stand. A place between precious memories and a heartbreaking goodbye. And there are moments when a person's pain speaks louder than anything they could ever say.
Kwa marĩtwa njĩtagwo Irene Nyambura Maina na mwana nĩ Martin Irungu.
As Irene began sharing memories of Martin, it was as though every word carried a piece of her heart. She spoke of the son she deeply loved, she deeply supported, the son she cared for, whose presence had become woven into every part of her life.
Irungu na harĩa twambanĩirie na Martin Irungu nĩ kuma kanini kuma aciarwo tũtwaranĩte nake o kahora kahora tũkĩgianaga nake o kahora tũgĩtwaraga thibitarĩ tũkĩinũkaga nginya tũronana na mũtungatĩri ti Maina nĩwe ũratũmagĩrĩria tũraumĩria mwana ũcio kwĩ hĩndĩ tũrakua ngoro tũkarigwo tũkũrora naku no rĩrĩa twaiguire ti Maina nĩ aretana kĩamara nĩ twaumĩririe mwana ũcio na tũkomĩrĩrio mũno 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 nĩ ti Maina nĩ tuonete wendo wa ti Maina mũno na agatuonia wendo na agatũnyitĩra wega mũno kuma nginya ihinda na cifra hamwe nayo no ĩtũnyitĩrĩire harĩa kũhota na Ngai amarathime na amahe indo nyingĩ cia kũhe andũ ta aya ta ithuĩ ũguo tũrakorwo na ciana ta icio ona no tũgũthiĩ na tũkĩnyitagĩrĩra nao na mbere tũtikũmũtiganĩria nĩ tũgũthiĩ na mbere na inyuĩ tũnyitanĩire harĩa
A mother can never imagine a day when memories will all be shells left. Yet there she stood, holding on to them because she could no longer hold her son. As we leave Nyakuhura Village, we carry this family with us in our hearts because behind every image is a memory, and behind every memory is a story, and every story is a life that mattered. Martin mattered, his life mattered, and his mind mattered. And though he's no longer physically with us, the love he left behind remains and will continue long after tomorrow has passed. Tonight we're here to stand with Irene and Benson's family because every lending hand is a gift that is given. We share with them, we grieve together, and we help them ease their burden. You can scan the QR code that is attached to this video or click the link on the bio, or you can pay using M-Pesa. My paybill number is 4039737 and the account number is your name. Because a little boy's journey has ended and a family's grief has begun. So help us support the family because a lending heart is all that matters. As Shifra Organization, it's a circle of love, extending our love to all caregivers.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your